Hi guys, good morning, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Emily. I'm here for a not quite weekly update. I think it's been like 9 days or something since I last did a video. Been busy, had a lot going on with the family this week, so I'm a few days adrift, but you get what you get. I'm here to talk about my cross stitch and what's going on with my plans and things going forwards. That's my plan for next week. So I've got a few things to show you, so I'm just going to dive in and show you. First thing I did when I finished filming last week was finish off my Christmas, my Flossmas bugs. I got them all to at least 40%. So I don't remember which ones I showed you last week, but I got the wasp. Here's the wasp, which has gained some wings, and the spider, which has come on quite a lot. The spider is the smallest of them. I think I might have already finished these two, which is why I'm showing you them all basically. But I definitely stitched on the dragonfly and I definitely stitched on the ladybird. So I'm not sure last time. Definitely the butterfly was already at 40%. So the butterfly there was already at 40%. The bee, I think I put a little bit more work into. I think I was nearly there with the bee, I think. So I got the bee to 40%. He's looking really good. And I have stitched some of the black now as well. So that just makes it, you can't really see that there's stitches there, but it does when you look at it in person. You can see it's sort of cohesive. It's not got gaps in its body. The dragonfly is also there at 40% now and is coming along really well. I tend to think of this one as my least favourite of them, but when I look at it on the screen, I can see I really like it. And the ladybird is also at 40%, and it looks like this. I have now filled in that spot, that spot, that spot. So I've done 3 of the spots, and these 3 spots are still not stitched. But that's them for all 6 of them now are at 40%, and I'll put them away now and bring them out later in the year and probably get them to 60%. We'll see how we go. To replace that as my weekly stitching, the thing that's been calling to me is my Celtic lady, my summer lady, who is here. So I'm going to show you what she looks like right now. That's all I have stitched of her. She's on the piece of crazy batshit fabric that I dyed myself because I didn't like the fabric that came with the full vintage kitted kit that Sid wants to go out of the conservatory into the living room. Thank you. There we go. We shut the door to have some peace and quiet, and of course the one cat that was in here has decided he wants to be the other side of the door because cats play offside. Always the wrong side of every door. So here's my Celtic lady summer. So I'm not too sure where I'm going to pick up her to stitch. Whether I'm going to stitch in the border, whether I'm going to carry on with her dress, whether I'm going to work on her hand and her basket. I just don't know. I'm going to see where I fancy stitching when I pick her up to stitch. But I'm going to work on her now until I record next time. So it might be a week, it might be 8 days, it might be 10 days. It literally depends on how busy my schedule is and what I've got going on. So that's what I decided I was wanting to work on, and so that's what I've done. To that end, I do have a fully kitted vintage kit. So 1980s DMCs, which I'm only subbing in. There's like 3 missing, I think, and I'm only subbing in modern DMCs where the vintage one is missing. And it's got everything else in there, including the needle paints, which I still treasure. I still treasure my needle paints. So they're in there. And that's that. So I've also put a few stitches into the What the Cat Saw, my Lola Crow, which you can see now is here. I haven't done a length every day because I've been trying to catch up on other things. So I've done bits and bobs here. The wallpaper is coming along slowly but surely. And I still need to do the little bit of backstitch on the ship. But other than that, we're coming along with him. And it's very much easier now. I have trimmed the fabric that I did last time. Very much easier. So that's that, back into my stitch pile. I have also stitched a little bit on, oh my god, there's a dirty cat paw print on it, on my Emma Congdon City of Love, which last week looked like this. There should be a little bit of progress on this, because this week it looks like this. And I think I'm nearly, I'll just grab my phone, which is on the table. Just grab my phone, and I think we're nearly at 20, we're at 19 something, here it is. We're at 19.32. So before the end of the month, I'm definitely going to take this to 20%. I'm not too far off. I'm only 200 stitches off, probably, reaching 20%. So I'm definitely going to get it at least to 20% before the month turns. But if I have a good little session and sit and stitch on it for a couple of hours, it might be a bit more. But I'm very happy with where I am with that. So that's good. And then I've got my treasure hunt bookshelf, which I am behind on. This week coming up now is going to be a treasure hunt bookshelf sort of week. I'm still a couple of thousand stitches off. I'm only at 0.62 for the month. So obviously I'm behind. So at 62, I still have 38 chunks of 72. Yeah, I've still got 2,700 stitches to stitch on this month. I have got some good fill-in stitching to do, which I'll show you easily in a minute. Right, so but I will show you. It is now in a protective bag. This is about 3 inches wide at the bottom. It's got the box seam on the bottom. But here is my bag, and at the top it simply has duvet tape. I don't know if you have duvet covers in America, but we have things called duvets in the UK, which we put on our beds. We put a bottom sheet, a stretchy fitted bottom sheet over the mattress protector. We put our bodies, and then the only thing above us is a duvet, which is usually something that's warm and cosy and thick and squishy, and we put covers on them. And I like brushed cotton ones, obviously, because that's cosy. But at the bottom, to get it in and out, there are usually poppers or buttons, and you can actually buy the tape with the poppers in it. So this is duvet tape, duvet cover tape, which my mum had a length of, because obviously she's had to change accidental duvets. I once bought a Christmas duvet set for one of my girls, and it came as a double. And of course, at the time, the child was like 3 or 4 years old and had a single bed. So she cut down the duvet, the double duvet, and made a single duvet and a couple of cushion covers with the spare bit. So she obviously bought duvet tape, and she still had it. And so when I talked about my bags to her, she went and got the duvet tape, and it's perfect. So it's got a nice inside, and in here, easily, is exactly what I wanted to make. Look, my 11 by 11 fits perfectly, as does all the super size max colour, whoa, light 20 count treasure hunt bookshelf. Big piece of fabric. Last week it looked like this. Well, last time I recorded it looked like this. This week it has come on an awful lot. It now looks like this. So here's my page marker that I drew. That line there is just below the page marker. So page 1 is here, and I've really nearly done it. I've just got this bottom piece here to fill in, and then ninja stitches really to fill in for page 1, because the line is there. So actually I've done quite a bit this side of it. Obviously I wasn't just going to stitch page 1. I was going to do what I do, my cross country till my thread runs out, or the colour is completely finished in this area, which for these greens, I pick the colour up here and I stitch them down, and that's it. They're not anywhere else. There is a tree here, but a lot of these very light greens aren't in this tree. So basically once I've got the green down to here, it's done with. I did have to buy 311 and 581 for reasons unknown. I did not have them anywhere. I have got them totally, but God knows where. Anyway, so that's where I am with that, and I still have 3,000 stitches really to put into this before the end of the month. I know most of this bottom piece here is 939. That gap there of 130-40 stitches there, I can just fill in with 939, and I'll do the same pretty much all of this. I've just gone round one little stitch there that isn't 939, and then I know that everything in that block is, so I can just put a length of thread in there and just stitch that up, and that's some quick stitching. But it's coming along, and that's my page 1 to go with. All the rest it is along there and down there. So it's going towards currently 22%, I think. Yes, we're going towards 22% at the end of the year, which means I'm only 2 months off working on this for 2 years, because obviously 24% is 2 years work. So that's consistent. I've worked on it every single month. It's been my constant companion for nearly 2 years, and we're on track. It's going okay. I'm just going to keep at it. And then, whoa, I've got my last project to show you, which is my long dog sampler, the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim is at 99.24%. I have got 430 stitches left to stitch on the Pilgrim. Do you want to see my problem? I've run out of thread. I am here. Right, here I am. What have I got left to stitch? I've put the date box in. I've dated it 2024 with my last bit of thread. I put the butterfly in I was missing. I put this butterfly in I was missing here. There is a little, like a little eagle, you know, with his little wings out that she does a lot of here. That is all I could stitch of him. I have run out of thread. I have not run out of thread. I have a ball of darling silk about that big, about the size of a ping pong ball. I cannot find it. I have searched every box, every bag, everywhere. I've searched behind furniture. I have looked everywhere. My old house, this house, everywhere. I cannot find it. I turned out 3 lengths. I turned out little odd lengths of it, which I've stitched in. Now, bit of an issue really, isn't it? Because I need it finished by the end of the month. But all I have to do is this 3-stitch border up the side, this bit here of this checkerboard here to join there, and the 3-stitch border and the body and the other wing of a tiny eagle, and then the back stitch. Now, issue, yeah? What I have is this. This is Be Stitch Me Atlantis. Now, this is the same colourway. Putting it against, it's identical. This was a very, very welcome gift quite a long time ago, and I went, oh, it's darling, but it's Be Stitch Me. It's not Mrs. Saders. This is Mrs. Saders silk. Now, Mrs. Saders silk doesn't have the same lustre that this does, so this is different, and I have a funny feeling this is much thinner. But my need to finish this trumps the need to find the ball. I have looked. It has sent me demented this week looking for this ball that I know I have. I have not used it. I had the ball, and I had an old hair bobble with cut lengths like a thread drop. I used every length of that, and honestly I thought that was going to do it because I was getting so close and I still had loads left. But then this took quite a lot of filling, this here, whereas you can see I've done all this filling. I'll just put a little picture here for comparison because I haven't done that, of what it looked like the last time I recorded. You can see how much I've done, but I used everything I had. And there's a lot of mistakes. The horse is longer than it should be. I've had to fudge up a few bits here and there, because once you've stitched something this size, your mistakes compound themselves. It's big. Your mistakes compound themselves. I mean, my Anzac was the worst. For 2 pins, I just want to stitch my Anzac again because I was so bad at stitching when I stitched it. But it's terrible. the whole one corner is completely wonky. But I think on balance, I'm going to use this Delicious Be Stitch Me, which is the same. I think it's slightly shinier because I need it done. I need this finished, and that's all I've got to do. So I'm going to have a go. I'm going to cut a length and I'm going to stitch it in. And if it's horrific, i.e. you're like, that's really wrong, I'll have to frog it and wait until I can find my Mrs. Saders silk. I don't even want to buy a mini. I don't want to buy it. I have it. It's just making me crazy that I can't find it. But that's me. We know what I'm like. Anyway, so by the next time I record, that will be finished. I was going to bring my long dogs down and show you them this time, but I'm going to do it next week, because next week that will be finished with this, and I will show you it finished, and I will show you my 4 long dogs that are going to be my leap day projects. My 4 long dogs that I'm going to try. I am going to finish by this time in 4 years' time. So I'll show you that next time I record. But that's me, guys. A short video today. I've not got a big time window. I've got 4 kids in the house currently sleeping, because once they're all awake, the volume in this house is to be experienced. So, and I'll just say out loud, mine is the quiet one. Anyway, it's all fine. But yeah, we're just getting on. Just getting on. Everything's okay. And I'm going to carry on. So this week coming, I've got Pilgrim to finish, obviously. I've got a little bit more work to put into this. I've got work to put into this as and when. I just pick it up and put a thread in. I'm going to work on my Celtic Lady a little bit, and I'm going to finish my percentage on, whoa, the light just went weird. Come on, light. I'm sitting in the dark. I'm not sitting in the dark. I thought it was early enough. It's not quite 9 o'clock yet. I thought the light was good enough. The sun's not come round the side of the house. So I thought it was light enough to try and do it in the conservatory for the first time this year. It is a Saturday. I have got the day off. I was offered a shift today. I did say no. I just thought I need a day. I just need a day off to just chill. Because when I have a day off, normally I'm running around doing 27 different things. The only thing I need to do today is go and collect Lizzie and Flora early afternoon. Flora's here just now, but she's going up to Carlisle later. And then they're going to my parents for a late lunch, where Lizzie is now. And then Lizzie and Flora will make their way to where I can pick them up easily, basically, which is nice. So that I don't have to drive all the way to my parents to pick them up, to drive all the way back here. I'm going to kind of meet them halfway. So that's the plan for today, and that's the only time I really need to do anything specific. So I've got a nice day of just not doing a lot, and not doing a lot, which is quite a nice prospect for me, actually. Right, guys, I'm going to get off. I will see you, hopefully. I'm going to try and record, maybe, if I don't record before, what day is it today? I'm going to be over the boy by leap day. Yes, it's the 24th now, so if I recorded on leap day, I might just do that on leap day to show you my finished Pilgrim, just to box off Pilgrim, and to show you my new projects going forwards. But it will be a short. It'll be an extra. But my next proper Flosstube will be about a week, won't it? A bit longer maybe. Right, guys. I will see you soon, because now I'm just rabbiting on about nothing. And I'll show you some more stitching next time I'm back, and hopefully some progress on my little Celtic Lady here, because I'd really like to get a little bit of progress done on her. She's just what I fancied. I was thinking, what do I fancy stitching on? And that was what I fancied stitching on. So that's what I've pulled out. I can put my bugs away back in the box now and move on to something else. I'll see you really soon, guys. Take care of yourselves. Hope everything's okay for everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.